this. It was sure fast. Just a couple of months ago, America's sweetheart, Sandra Bullock, was swept up in her husband's sex scandal. Now her divorce from the biker bad boy, Jesse James, is final. You'll remember, Sandra filed for divorce back in April. This came after James' humiliating confession that he had affairs while they were married, and he talked about it on an ABC Nightline interview.
Why did you throw it away?
I don't know, during the midst of all of it and when I was doing it, one, I knew it was horrible. It made me feel horrible. And two, I knew I would get caught eventually, and I think I wanted to get caught.
Well, he did get caught. Marriage over. Sandra Bullock free to move on, complete with her son, little Louis, ready to adopt him as a single mom. So what's next for both of them here? And could they be living in the same state? Is he making a move at reconciliation? We'll talk about it. Joining me, we welcome back syndicated radio talk show host Carlos Diaz. Also joining us, family law attorney Vikki Ziegler. She's also the author of the Premarital Survival Guide. All right, Vikki, it's a good book there. Okay, we'll take your calls as well, by the way, 1-877-TEL-HLN. Vikki, let me get you a Facebook post in here. Sue writes this: funny how it takes celebrities 2 months for a final divorce. For real people, it takes up to 3 years. This was pretty quick, wasn't it, Vikki?
Yeah, this is called expedited. And I don't know if she's going to take them back. It's called forgive and never forget. But usually in cases like this, when two parties execute an agreement very quickly, obviously Sandra Bullock's demands were likely that, listen, let's just get this done, enough media attention, let me move forward with the process of adopting Louis. Please let me see your children, and let's do it quietly. And the court records are sealed for now. We don't know really what they agreed upon. But usually we don't see celebrities get divorced so quickly. It's very rare. So, you know what? Hey, good for them in this regard.
So you're saying he didn't fight much, I'm sure. I mean, he didn't have any bargaining chips, so it ended quickly. That's the way you see this, huh, Vikki?
That's definitely what I see. We don't know if there was a prenuptial agreement or not, but we do know that they both have so much money that it definitely wasn't about that.
Okay. Carlos, and you and I talked about it after that performance that she had on the MTV Movie Awards. I mean, it was a great performance. She was funny. She looked great. She seems ready to move on, doesn't she? I mean, big smile on her face, more popular than ever.
Yeah, and in part of the divorce agreement, there was, and these are sealed documents, but from what we understand, there's something about visitation where she can still visit with Jesse James's kids, whom she had a great relationship with. And, any talk of reconciliation, let's be honest, Jesse James and Sandra Bullock are not going to get back together, all right? That would go down in the dumbest move of dumbest moves department. But Sandra, being the class act that she is, she does have a relationship with Jesse James's kids. And there have been rumors that he might even be moving to Texas so that his kids can be closer to her. And she did say that, even though she's going to adopt Louis as a single parent, she wouldn't mind having Jesse James somewhat part of Louis's life. So, I mean, the guy, he messed up. He's a total scumbag. I'm the first person to say that. But he's trying to do what he can. Yeah, exactly. He's trying to do what he can to kind of get back into Sandra's life. I found it ironic, too, by the way, that she listed there was a conflict of personalities. That was the listing of why they got divorced. I think the conflict of personalities was all the personalities he was having sex with.
Yeah, the extra personalities in there. Yeah,
exactly.
Let's get a call in. Shardae's with us, Arkansas. Shardae, go ahead.
Yes, I am so happy for Sandra. She deserves so much better. Jesse's such a scumbag, and she did not deserve what he did to her. I think that
You're speechless. She's moving on, and you're happy about it. Well, let me clarify that rumor or the reports, Carlos, that she has a home in Austin, Texas. He's going to move up to Austin, Texas. You don't think he's going to take a shot, Carlos?
No. I mean, yeah, sure, he'll try to circle back, but come on, she's moving
circle
on.
Back.
She's
Sandra Bullock. Come on.
Here's the thing. She's Sandra Bullock. I believe she has options. I mean, it's not like she's like, oh, I better take him back. No, she's got plenty of options. She'll be fine. But she's going to continue to be the class act in this situation.
Yeah.
And and want to see his kids and stuff. But I think the reason that this got settled so quickly is because they both have money. That's the thing.
Yeah,
he wasn't going after her because he has his own money. So,
Vikki, about 10 seconds. Should she read the Premarital Survival Guide from here on out so she's ready for life?
Next time, she should read it front to cover, cover to front. Absolutely.
Okay. Hey, we're going to switch topics when we come back. Michael Douglas and his ex-wife battling again. She wants part of the proceeds of his new movie. What? Classic line from that movie back then. Now another Wall Street movie coming out. It's called Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps. And the ex-wife, Deandra Douglas, says, hey, we were married when you made Wall Street, so pay up. Supposedly their divorce gives her money from any spin-offs. So if the original was made when they were married, does she have a case? We welcome back Carlos Diaz, syndicated radio talk show host, and our family law attorney, Vikki Ziegler. Vikki, does she have any kind of case here or what?
Oh, $45 million wasn't enough. I'm telling you. Well, this is really going to be about what is the definition of a spinoff. Is it a spinoff, the Wall Street 2 movie, or is it a sequel? I'm going with it's a sequel. I think it's a narrative from a preceding movie. Really what the agreement says, apparently from what I've read, is that she's supposed to get 50% of any income, royalties, residuals, etc. from movies he did at the time they were married. The argument, I think, is that it's a sequel. It's not a spin-off. She got enough money. Not only did she get $45 million, she's gotten a great deal of money over the years from all of the residuals he's made. Enough is enough.
Okay, so is it going to come down to that, sequel versus spin-off? I mean,
yeah, I do. I think it's about it's really about creating, said, what the definition is and what was their intention at the time this was executed.
Let's take a quick look at again, it's coming out September 24th, Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps. Let's get a quick look at the new movie that's coming out, then we'll get Carlos in on the conversation.
Reminded me I once said greed is good. Now it seems it's legal. Because everybody's drinking the same Kool-Aid. Now, I've been considered a pretty smart guy. And maybe I was in prison too long.
One watch and one mobile phone.
All right, so from what I understand, Carlos, correct me if I'm wrong here, it's all new characters except his. So is that, isn't that a spin-off?
There is a cameo from Charlie Sheen. It is a sequel. It is not a spin-off.
Okay.
And let me tell you, okay, this movie is 20 years old. The original was back in '87. It's not like the Twilight series where they churn one out every 6 months. Come on, you got $45 million. You've been divorced from the guy for 10 years. Let it lie. I mean, the new movie's called Money Never Sleeps. She's like Money Never Forgets. And Deandra, if you get in the way of a Romancing the Stone sequel with this kind of greed, I will never forgive you. All right, seriously.
Yeah, and Vikki, this just speaks to they don't like each other, and they're going to stick it to each other any chance they get, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, they just had problems with their son. So, I mean, really, this is really about how much money can I get from you. You're doing well. You're on top.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean,
that's
really,
a good point.
There's a great line. There's a great line in Wall Street. How many boats do you need to water ski behind? And that's what how much money do you need, Deandra?
Right.
You got $45 million.
Carlos,
how much more do you want?
And a real sequel is Maude, The Jeffersons. Those are sequels. Let's be clear here, guys. We got to run.
Right. And the funny
thanks again.
Okay.
Got to run. Issues with Jane coming up. Keep it right here.